Hello there, my name is Chris Kenner and today we will be taking another look at Trove. If you've seen my previous video it might explain a little bit more about this game and I do suggest watching them in order, but if you haven't, don't worry, it's not going to be the end of the world. Today we are going to be looking at my Knight character. It's one of the many classes I've unlocked. I haven't got all of them, but my Knight is my highest level one and it's certainly my favourite. And we're going to be wandering around the medieval Highlands, but not just the medieval Highlands. These are the medieval Skylands, where most of the world is over these big empty open spaces. You can see I've got my wings out. Oh goodness, there must be something down there to do that. But we're going to be trying to look around some of the more interesting dungeons. We're going to be trying to look at some of the more interesting aspects of this game. And we're also going to be looking at some of the more interesting aspects of the Knight. So the Knight is probably the simplest class you can play as. It's what I describe as axe to face. I've got my sword I can swing. And I just keep swinging and swinging and swinging until the enemies go down. You can see I grew a little bit big there. That's because I've got the Lunar Lancer equipped as a subclass. It just makes me grow giant and do more damage and hit faster. It's useful when it happens, not a major part of the class. But yeah, so I've got my main sort of swinging my sword, my basic attack. I can swing pretty good. Look at him go. Oh, I just picked up a chest I'm not familiar with. Oh, it's an air gem. Then I've got some other moves. I can do my big slam. That will knock back and stun for a brief moment a few enemies in front of me. I can charge, which is useful for getting to the fight if someone else is in trouble. I can also activate this little shield around myself, which automatically heals me. And I think, does it halve my damage? Where does it say? No, it means I take a quarter of the damage I would normally take. So let's have a wander around, destroy some of these guys. Oh, there I go, being big again. This is one of the earliest biomes you will encounter. The first world that you get into is just medieval Highlands. Admittedly, it's not this sort of Skylands version because you don't have wings when you first start. You actually earn them by levelling up your mastery or by just crafting them. Ow! Let's fight the boss. So the boss here is this golden scarab thing. What's his special ability? He summons bees, of course he does, because everything in the medieval Highlands involves bees. Now the scarabs are weird because they spin over onto their back and start spinning around and they take drastically less damage. There's a few enemies that have this sort of spinning mechanic that will take sort of quite small amounts of damage. Oh, got another one of those chests. These must be unique to the Skylands. I haven't actually played much of these Skylands yet. Let's not look at gear at the moment. Where's the next dungeon? I'd like to find one of the castles if I can. That's not the castle I was thinking of, but you know, it's a castle. Let's follow through. So, a lot of the enemies around here are themed either on skeletons or bees. There's some spiders. There's some cute little caterpillars, actually. There's a few caterpillar enemies. And they're quite unique in that they actually split in half when you beat them. But for now, we've just got these skeletons, which throw copies of their own head. Don't know where they're keeping all those skulls. Most of the enemies will drop loot. Occasionally, you'll see, like, giant enemies around the place, and they will drop more loot. They're like mini-boss enemies. But they're not actually the boss of the dungeon, so they won't drop a chest at the end as well. The boss come down to find me. You'll see occasionally my sword will light up. There, you can see it's lit up now, and that means the next strike will do a lot more damage. This guy's special ability is to summon these little ranged attacker guys. Not a big fan of those. Look at them go, they're just laying into me. I've got to be careful not to step on the spikes as well, because that hurts. But if you look carefully, you can see how much more damage I deal when my sword is lit up. And that damage is only there after I get hit. There's my chest. Ooh, there's another dungeon over there. You get this little orange portal at the end as well that lets you know that you've completed the dungeon. Let's go fight this one. What's in here? I can see I've got chests. I'm not going to go hunting through those. It'll just be boring. Oh, this one spirals down. There's a few crates. All these decorations that you can see, these are things you can craft. There'll be recipe dungeons which just contain recipes, and if you use the recipe, you will get access to be able to craft some of these decorations. The only things you can't craft are the things that spit fire, I think. You can craft spikes, though. I mean, you can be really mean and actually have like a pit at the bottom of your little... you can get a little sort of patch of land that is yours. And you can put spikes at the bottom of a massive pit and drop people in, and they get stuck there, and they have to use their sort of home teleports to get out. And this is an interesting thing. This isn't a normal boss. This is the Cursed Skulls. And this is just going to summon a swarm of enemies. So if I activate it... Ladybirds. I've forgotten about the ladybirds. Those are some little blue bird creatures. I'm not sure if they're in the medieval Highlands. They are in the overworld. This is a proper swarm. I've got to take out 30 of these. But you can see they're sort of consequently not very powerful. I'm just mowing through these. These Cursed Skulls challenges are never very difficult unless you're kind of out of your depth. Oh, my magic finder's triggered. Let's get onto another dungeon. I'm going to go on a hunt now to see if I can find a properly big dungeon. So I'm going to stop talking now so you're not just sort of watching me fly and ramble on. Right, so I found a castle. These are larger dungeons that have 3 bosses, one of which is a bit more powerful. You can see some more enemies here. You've got that sort of purple mushroom. There's like a sort of red and white stereotypical Mario mushroom guy as well, but they don't throw stuff. And then you've got the spiders. You can actually get that spider as a mount. I think you have to buy it off the paid currency store. Because this game is actually free to play, or freemium rather. You can buy various things like aesthetics, mounts. I could bring up the store page, just let me fight this little guy. I knew there were little winged things. I don't even know what that is. It's like a little bug. Let's take that out. You can see what I'm picking up in the bottom right. Let me actually just open the store page. You can see there's all sorts of things. You can buy stuff for gems, stuff for dragons. There's loads, absolutely loads. There's such a huge amount of content in this game. So let's make my way down here, just going down through the lily pads. Oh, spider. Oh, I hate those mushrooms because they attack from range, and as a melee character, ranged enemies are kind of a problem for me. That's why I have like that charge attack. Ooh, I found a shadow item. Let's take that. I won't actually use it because my gear is quite a bit beyond that level now. Oh, here's the first mini boss. It was like a skeletal version of that golden scarab. Take that out. Let's see if he's... There we are. He's going to spin on his back. Look at him spin. Most of these enemies are actually a little bit low level. It allows me to focus more on making the video. Die. But yeah, I won't actually use that shadow item. It's going to be a little bit beneath me. But I can disassemble it into something that I will use. Are there any boss enemies over here? No. I can never find the third boss enemy in this place. I can find the final one. But one of the two always evades me. Let's have a wander into here. The Mushroom Monarch, there he is. And the bosses always summon 2 little minions to help fight them. It's supposed to up the challenge, and sometimes they can be a real pain, as the bosses of the dungeons that contain recipes actually summon some little spiders which will try and root you in place. I don't know what that thing... Oh, that thing slows you down that he summons. That can be irksome. Especially if you're a character that relies on getting away. There's a class that I haven't played called the Fey Trickster that actually completely relies on not getting hit. And I have no idea how I would get away with playing that one. Anyway, let's get out of here. What else is on the map nearby? I'm going to go and try and find another dungeon now, so... Ooh, here's a pretty looking dungeon. Let's see what's inside here. Ooh, it's like one of these little ones that's got an entrance that goes underground. Let's hope this isn't boring now. Let's see, it leads around. Just going to ignore him until there's... Was he just him on his own? What sort of challenge are you supposed to be? Oh, I like these little statues in the corner and the flowers. A little picture of a rose. I should point out as well, all of these dungeons were actually made by players. They're all submitted on the Reddit forums for Trove, I believe. It's the same thing with all the weapons, and you see the hat and face piece I've got. I don't actually have a face like a dragon. That's just an aesthetic I've chosen for a face mask that I'm wearing. And there's a nice feature where you're not limited to your weapon looking like what it actually is. I think I have something equipped called the Terabyte Tiger Blade. Yeah, that's not actually what I've got equipped. If I open the face, these are all styles that I can apply to my face, and I can have it look like anything that I want that's in here. You can see there's loads and loads and loads and loads and loads of them. And again, all user created. So let's try and get through this dungeon. These little pink torches. Cute. So what's the last boss? Oh, it's Cursed Skulls again. Oh no, it's the mushroom combo. So you get like the melee mushrooms and the ranged mushrooms. I try and stand on the ranged mushrooms and take them out. Come on, go down. And then it'll give you another way where there's more. And where's the ranged mushroom now? There he is. Let's take out these guys first. Come here.
Get over here!
Slam. There we go. Got him. What's in my chest? I know what's going to be in there. It's loot that I'm not going to use. You can actually upgrade your loot in your called your cornerstone, which is like your own little private patch of land. Can't see one around here. But you can upgrade your gear, and mine is upgraded a very, very, very long way. And I'd have to be playing in a group to be actually fighting in the sort of areas where I'd get gear that would compete with my own at the moment. So I'm going to see if I can find another cool dungeon. I wonder if I can find a recipe dungeon. Let's have a look around. Okay, so I have found a recipe dungeon, but I actually had to leave the Skylands to do it. Apparently there aren't any there. So this is just one of the regular worlds. I'll try and show the actual world select at some point. But so this is actually a recipe dungeon that exists in any biome. Normally they're unique to the biome, so each one will have a different type. But this one I've seen in every biome. This is a newer feature that I haven't read into yet. But at the end of each recipe dungeon, you always fight this little Shadow Knight, and the dungeons are never long. Apparently that one summons loads of spiders. So let me get a recipe out of here. So I have a Highlands recipe, and if I click that, I will learn to make the posh partition end, which is nice. So let's get outside and have a look at what dungeons are around. Ooh, there's another castle. Oh, it's the same one. No, I'm not going in there. There is more medieval Highlands to the north. I'm going to travel north. Okay, so I've actually unknowingly stumbled into one of the cooler castles that the medieval Highlands has to offer. It's all up in these trees. So I'm just going to run around here. Is that other player nearby? Yeah, he is. He's already up there. So there are other players in this game, and you can sort of find them just wandering around. They will enter worlds randomly with you. And this one is actually potentially going to be able to beat this dungeon before I do. So I'm going to have to do kind of a race against time to be able to catch up with him. Let's ignore the sort of rank and file enemies. Where's that dire wasp? Oh, there's a mushroom monarch. Is that the mushroom monarch? No, I think this is just a random mini boss. There I go, getting bigger again. You can take a surprising amount of punishment considering the sort of power I wield. Oh wait, that was the actual boss. And there's the other player who's shown up. Okay, that was on quite a low floor. Is that dire wasp boss then? Yes, it is. Let's get him. So you got the dire wasps. There's more bees there. There's a lot of bees in this game. Oh, it's a candy barbarian who's wandering around helping me. There's some more bees. Where would the other boss be? No pun intended. Is that it down there? That looks like it. Yeah, there we are. Another dire wasp. That one can summon little bird enemies, I think. There's so much going on the screen. That candy barbarian actually is probably a bit higher level than me. I shouldn't act so surprised. There are lots of players who are higher level. Where's that chest gone? You must have opened it. Okay. So, that's that level complete. Let's go on and find another one. Okay, so I've actually found a beehive dungeon. There's lots of bees in this. Oh, speaking of which, giant bee. Some little wasps that shoot ranged attacks. There's the dire wasps that you've seen. I'm trying to think, are there any other sort of bee enemies? I know there's variations on that bee enemy in other biomes. There's more bees. So many bees. Oh, my friend there's wandering past. Oh, that was a Shadow Knight that I just heard fall. Oh, I'm stuck. Let's try and actually get upstairs. There it is. Oh, summoning loads of little things. But yeah, occasionally little Shadow Knights will spawn. They'll just drop down from the sky, make a sound effect that probably you won't have heard because I don't have the audio recording from this. Let's see, he'll probably be somewhere around here. Did I just see him? There he is. Oh, he can shoot lasers as well. Come here, you. I want to get you out in the open so I can see you. What are you doing? There we go. Come here. Oh, you think that move's so tough, don't you? So they will just randomly drop from the sky and assail you. Where shall I go next? Oh, there's another recipe dungeon. This is the actual medieval Highlands recipe dungeon. And you can make that stained glass and everything. It's always got these little shadow enemies in. Let's go and slay the Shadow Knight. You, what's your power? I think it's circular saws. Is it circular saws? No, it might have been summoning those little minions. Oh, well, he's gone now. Thanks to my little friend here. Who are you? CB14_0. Okay. Oh, I can't loot because my inventory's full.
Nope.
That means I can't get that recipe. What can I get rid of? Oh my god. Let's get rid of rubbish gem. Yeah, you're no use to me. Yes. Give me the recipe. That's not what I wanted. Get rid of more gems. I have to get rid of 2 of them. Oh wait, there's a bomb there. I've got loads of bombs. They're at my little thing at home. Right, I've got this simple fish bowl. Well, that's quite nice. Okay, I'm actually going to... Go away! Not interested in you. I'm actually going to try and find a place to put up my cornerstone now because I have far too much loot. Ooh, mining. I need shapestone. I need most of my stuff. I've run out of so many resources. This guy's really intent on sticking with me. I'm flattered. I feel bad. I'm going to have to just leave him behind. But, you know, needs must. So, let's go find himself a cornerstone. There's actually another recipe dungeon here. Come on. Come on, friend. Let's go and take this out. When you're sort of not really sort of dangerous in an area, you can actually just wander past all the enemies and just go straight to the boss and just take out the little guys that show up. The rank and file are so mediocre by comparison to the bosses that they're not usually a problem. I mean, there's like a sweet spot where they are actually a threat, but this is not that sweet spot. What have I unlocked now? A piggy bank. That's cute. Right, let's continue my search for my cornerstone. Another Shadow Knight is landing. Oh, there it is. Oh my goodness, there's 2 of them. This game is spawning a lot of these at the moment. I think there's an event on. I can't loot them because I'm so full. What are you doing? Let's get rid of you as well. May as well take him out. I can't actually loot the sort of weapons and things that they drop, but I can loot the sort of little crafting items that they drop. I think these drop Eyes of Cthulhu. That one drop an eye? Yes. So I've got that now. Oh, I've got to find this cornerstone eventually. In fact, no, I have a better idea. I'm going to go to the hub world. This is going to be interesting. So let me just teleport. Okay, so this is the hub world. This will be pretty much the same every time you come and visit it. There's a few specialist terminals here. There's like a thing for buying fishing supplies over there. There's something for crafting dragons over there. There's PvP portals in there, which I've never actually tried. But the major thing that's a big centerpiece is this. This is the Trovian Atlas. This is how you would primarily access each level. And if I actually open this up, you can see, I love how this map is arranged. So that's the hub. And then as you sort of go around this circle, you can see the suggested level increases. And as you advance along here, it accesses more biomes. So like I said, you first start out with the medieval Highlands, then it adds in the permafrost, then the Cursed Vale, and eventually it goes all the way around that circle until you reach the Prime Worlds, which just have all of the biomes. And then you've got the Skylands version, you've got the drowned version of them, and then there's actually like a lava-y version and something called the Shores of the Everdark, which I've never been to. Oh, and then you've got the Shadow Tower as well, which is this big dungeon that you're going to need friends to get through. But the first thing I wanted to actually show you was my cornerstone. Now, your cornerstone is your own little patch of land. If you were to just build randomly in the wilderness, then other people could come and just destroy what you'd built, and you'd feel sad because you might have crafted something that you wanted to keep, and then someone else just wanders up and destroys it, and that's sad. So, to keep it safe, you have your cornerstone where only you can build. There's a patch. And they have these little signs with the question marks on. You walk up to them, press E, and your cornerstone will build itself skywards. Mine goes up quite high at the moment, but it's actually a work in progress. I will finish it, I promise. And in your cornerstone, you have all your little sort of control terminals. So I'm actually interested in this little furnace-looking thing here, the loot collector. So anything you collect, you can actually collect here, and it will give you what's called flux, which is the basic sort of currency of the place. Someone's making explosions over there. And you can buy most anything with flux. There's actually a marketplace here. I can buy some shapestone on here or anything that I want. You can buy that with flux. But I've now actually got a lot more inventory space. Oh, and I've got some gem boxes. But yeah, there's loads of things that you can do in here. These are for actually forging your equipment. These are for crafting various things. There's like a personal chest here, which I've got, which is full of, there's some portals in there. There's these sort of launching blocks. There's my 132 bombs. There's like a trading post, so 2 players can activate it and they'll actually be able to trade with one another. All sorts of cool stuff. And you can see other players wandering around. Some of them are riding dragons. But this little sort of square of land is something that I've built myself. And this is just one of the cool things you can do in Trove. And I'm actually doing lots of islands themed on the different biomes, depending on which biome you unlock at their level. So this is the Permafrost Island with the Permafrost portal on. And these are extra to the ones that you find in the Trovian Atlas. Here's the Cursed Vale level. There's a Frontier, which is sort of like the Wild West level. This is going to be the Fey Forest. All sorts of cool stuff. But I think I've been going on this long enough for now. So thank you guys all for watching. If you like, please leave a thumbs up on the video, and please do check out Trove. It's absolutely free, and you can play with all your friends. And you should never really feel pressured to buy anything. There's no state at which I felt you have to buy stuff to progress. So thank you all for watching, and hopefully I will see you in the next video. Bye.